Welcome to the October 17th City of Oldsmar Council meeting. It is 7 PM. I am calling this meeting to order. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Our first item on the agenda is invocation and pledge allegiance to the flag, which will be led by our city attorney, Tom Trask. Please rise.
Father in heaven, give us the power to clearly discern right from wrong. Allow our words and actions to be governed thereby and by the laws of this land. We ask for inspiration to strive in our endeavors to serve the public. We also ask that you direct us that above all things we discharge our duties for the benefit of the people we serve. This we pray.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Our next item on the agenda is our Oldsmar Citizens Open Forum. Each speaker will be recognized once and be limited to 5-minute presentation on any subject. Please state your name and address for the record. And is there anybody on this side of the room that would like to speak? Come on up.
Good evening, honorable people. I appreciate the opportunity to be here today. I gave everyone a quick little letter that I wrote today, and I just wanted to read it. It's about the speed bumps. And we are at the end of Shore Drive, we are very disappointed that the city did not reach out to us ahead of time to ask for our input. Are there speeders? There are some, and they go 70, 80, 90 miles an hour. But that hasn't solved the problem with the speed bumps, because after they're infuriated, they're irritated with the speed bumps, then they floor it all the rest of the way. I don't want any more speed bumps. Please don't add any more speed bumps. So my letter to you is to request them to be removed. And I am sharing my concern regarding the speed bumps installed May through June of this year. I'm greatly disappointed that our city leaders did not conduct a survey in advance of installing the speed bumps on our newly resurfaced roads. Shore Drive specifically was resurfaced during COVID in 2020, just 3 short years ago. The roads were not just painted with asphalt, but all the old asphalt was removed and new asphalt was laid down at a considerable expense to the city and the taxpayers. Where am I? Okay. Also with the speed bumps, the temporary ones being drilled into the pavement, I'm very concerned about the structural integrity remaining from the pavement that we have just paid for. So the city taxpayers are going to have to cover any repairs down the line in the future. The list of why I, myself, and my neighbors are against the speed bumps is really long, but I tried to keep it short on the letter. The list includes wear and tear on our vehicles with the constant braking, jarring, and the increased gas mileage, having to slow down and speed up. At the current cost of gasoline, this alone should have nixed your idea. The negative impact speed bumps have on our emergency vehicles and services are well documented, and a brief search on the internet can provide an increased response time, increased wear and tear on their costly emergency vehicle maintenance and repairs, and could potentially affect the ability to save a life when seconds and minutes count. For my neighbors who have experienced surgeries in recent months, the jarring to their body caused by going over the speed bumps at a crawl is just painful for them. And it's life-altering for them. They don't want to leave their house anymore. It shouldn't be like that in Oldsmar or anywhere in America. I contacted the city engineer upon receiving the initial letter in April informing us of the doom to come. I asked for alternatives the city pursued before installing something that will reduce the quality of life in Oldsmar. There are a plethora of alternatives that should have been considered first. The city also should have researched other local areas such as Carrollwood, where in 2009 had to remove the speed bumps, not all of them, but the majority of them. The taxpayers paid for them to be installed, paid for the processing of all the complaints, and then had to pay again for them to be removed. That's just daunting to us. The survey letter also informed us that 86.6% of the cars that go over the speed limit is misleading. When I asked city officials of how many are driving 26 miles an hour, 27 miles an hour, 28 miles an hour, which could be attributed to their speedometer being inaccurately gauged, the city officials were unable to immediately respond to that inquiry. One would think that the data would be readily available to someone who has made decisions to cause discomfort and irritation to the residents. I requested copies of the speed data sheets. It took 3 weeks to receive. Does the city not want to share this information with us? I shared paper copies with my neighbors who don't have internet access or are not internet savvy. I also uploaded a digital copy to a shareable Google Drive link so all the neighbors in Shore Drive and in the Ryan homes can pursue. I asked the city officials numerous times whether they considered solar speedlights. This seems to me and my neighbors like an easy solution, a solution that would not physically impact any individual well-being, wear and tear on personal and emergency vehicles, and still maintain the quality of life we once enjoyed while reducing the speeding issue. One can easily research studies of their effectiveness. I myself contacted a bunch of solar digital speed sign companies in the United States to inquire about their cost. Each company replied with quotes and other data that would be on par to the initial cost of Oldsmar installing just the temporary speed bumps. I uploaded that data to the Google Drive
Thank you.
shareable link as well. Thank you very much for your time.
Yep, we appreciate your letter. Thank you. Anybody else on this side would you like to speak? Anyone? Anybody on this side? Yep.
Hi, good evening. My name is Lily Ogden, and we just moved to the neighborhood, St. Pete Drive West, about a year ago. When we moved here, I have a big concern. I noticed there's a big ditch, in front of our front yard. Of course, it's on both sides. And why I bring it up today because I didn't know there's an opportunity for me. I can present to the city, councils about this. So the reason why I'm concerned about this because we used to live in Pinellas Park, and in the neighborhood also there's big ditches. Actually it's around the intersection, and then somebody got killed, died. Actually, it's tragedy. Just because somebody, I think the car rolled over into the ditch. So. In the summertime, there water, when it rains, there water in the ditches and cause a lot of mosquitoes, And so I just have concern about the people's safety. Yeah, so hopefully, just my idea, suggestion to the city, we could put the big pipes in and cover it up. Because that's what the city of Pinellas Park did.
What was your address? You said St. Pete Drive West. What was your number?
601 St. Pete
601.
Drive West, Lily Ogden.
Thank you very much. We are
Thank
working
you.
on that.
Thank you for
very
your
much
time.
for coming in.
Thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to speak to the council? Some people just came in. Anybody? Okay. With that, I'm going to close the Oldsmar Citizens Open Forum. Our next item on our agenda is the community minute, which will be read by our city clerk, Kristen Garcia.
There will be a public information workshop on the complete streets and roundabout tomorrow, actually on Thursday, October 19th, from 6 to 8 p.m. at Tico Hall at the library. Meet city representatives for a discussion and workshop on the inclusion of a roundabout at St. Petersburg Drive and Bayview Boulevard. Additional discussions will include project impacts, streetscaping, underground utilities, stormwater pipe replacements, and more. There will be a vulnerability assessment workshop on Saturday, October 21st, 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. at State Street Center. Do you want to learn more about how future climate and weather events will affect the city and help staff decide how to prepare for them? This is your chance to let the city know what is important to you and weigh in on the projects that will help protect Oldsmar. There will be an annual talent show, a free night of local talent performing acts on stage showcasing Oldsmar's talent. Participation is open to everyone. The show date is Friday, November 3rd at 7 p.m. at Ari Olds Park. The entry deadline is Wednesday, October 25th. please call 813-749-1273 if you're interested. And finally, there will be a pop-up art holiday window painting. The city is hosting a community art project called Holiday Window Painting to brighten up City Hall with cheer. This project is open to individual artists or artist groups. Submit your design that illustrates a cherished winter holiday. Applications are due to the city by Monday, November 6th.
Thank you very much for that. Next item is approval of additional new agenda items, which is 4, 6, 9, 10, 13, and 17. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I have a motion, a second.
Second.
A motion, a second. Any other discussion on that item? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item on our agenda is the consent docket, and that will be read by our city clerk again, Kristen Garcia.
Yes. Item 1, approve minutes of the October 3rd, 2023 council meeting. Item 2, approve payment to legal counsel for September 2023 legal services. Item 3, approve payment of September 2023 legal services to Bartlett Loeb, Hens and Thompson, PLLC, for Eric Seidel's litigation defense. Item 4, approve renewal of agreement with Shoemaker Advisors, LLC, for consulting and lobbying services for fiscal year 2023-2024. Item 5, approve awarding the purchase of annual city-wide fuel to Palmdale Oil per the same pricing terms and conditions of Pinellas County Cooperative Contract 1900360B ARCC 21-001. Item 6, approve use of City of Tarpon Springs contract number 230139 PAS with McKim and Creed, Inc. to conduct controls, maintenance, and upgrades at the reverse osmosis water treatment plant. Item 7, approve the annual purchase of sodium hydroxide from Allied Universal Corporation under the same pricing terms and conditions as the Tampa Bay Water Cooperative bid contract number 2024-006. Item 8, award purchase of library materials for the Oldsmar Public Library to Baker and Taylor for the fiscal year 2023-2024. Item 9, authorize city manager to advertise 2024-002 ITB, renovation of BMX asphalt turns. Item 10, authorize city manager to advertise 2024-003 ITB, purchase and installation of sunshades for BMX starting hills. Item 11, approve awarding the purchase of 5 mobile radios to Motorola Solutions under the same pricing terms and conditions of NASPO contract number 19860-00318. And that is it.
Thank you very much. That was a handful. Anyone wish to pull anything?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
A motion, how about a second?
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next item on our agenda is the proclamation of Florida City Government Week, and I will take care of that. And after I'm done, I'm going to present this to Felicia Donnelly, our city manager, and then we're all going to come up here for a picture for the Florida League of Cities. Is that all right?
Yeah.
All right. City of Oldsmar, proclamation, Florida City Government Week. Whereas city government is the government closest to most citizens and the one with the most direct daily impact upon its residents. And whereas municipal government provides services and programs that enhance the quality of life for residents, making their city their home. And whereas city government is administrated for and by its citizens and is dependent upon public commitment to and understanding of its many responsibilities. And whereas city government officials and employees share the responsibility to pass along the understanding of public services and their benefits. And whereas Florida City Government Week offers an important opportunity for elected officials and city staff to spread the word to all citizens of Florida that they can shape and influence this branch of government. And whereas the Florida League of Cities and its member cities have joined together to teach citizens about municipal government through a variety of activities. Now, therefore, I, Dan Saraki, Mayor, of the City of Oldsmar, Florida, do hereby proclaim October 16th through October 22nd, 2023 as Florida City Government Week in the City of Oldsmar, and encourage all citizens, city government officials, and employees to recognize and celebrate Florida City Government Week, dated this day, the 17th of October, 2023. All right, we did it. Congratulations, Felicia Donnelly.
Thanks, Mayor.
All right, want to get back here and we'll take a... Want to move it? Get behind me. Tom, get in here. Yeah. Behind the seat. Felicia's got it.
Okay.
That's fine, it's fine. All right, everyone
All right.
say cheese.
Say cheese. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
All right. Thanks, Chip. We did it. So, Kristen, you got some stickers for us?
Yeah.
No, I have a headache.
Did it hit you?
Oh, yeah.
That didn't hit you then, did it?
Hit me in the shoulder first. That's fine. I don't know. Is this me?
This is you, right? Yeah.
Is this me?
Yeah, one more.
Clunk.
All right.
Back.
All right. Are we ready? Next item is our city attorney, Tom Trask.
Thank you, Mayor. Item number 13 is approve a settlement agreement with Tampa Bay Construction and Engineering and Allied Property and Casualty Insurance Company. You remember that the city filed a lawsuit against those two companies in November of 2019. The purpose of the lawsuit was to recoup damages that the city has incurred resulting from the remediation and required work to reconstruct the elevated starting hill at the city's BMX racing facility. Our senior associate, Rob Bischenfelder, has negotiated a settlement agreement with these two entities, wherein the city is going to be paid $380,000. Staff recommends approval. We're asking the city council to approve the settlement agreement and authorize the mayor to execute the same.
Okay? I need a motion to approve.
So,
Motion, how about a second?
second.
Motion and a second. Any other discussion on this item? All right, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. And here's some stickers for you, Tom.
Thank you.
And you can pass those down. All right. Next is our city manager, Felicia Donnelly. Item 14.
Item number 14 is to approve the legislative appropriation request for fiscal year 24-25. This item is to formally approve and ratify the State of Florida local funding appropriations legislative request for 24-25 for the South Oldsmar roadway improvement project in the amount of $1 million. The project will renovate the current roadway infrastructure in South Oldsmar and special flood hazard area in a low-lying area of Upper Tampa Bay. The road infrastructure renovation will consist of resurfacing roadways, sidewalk installation and rehab, installation of traffic control devices and markings and signage. This is part of a larger project which includes replacing the old asbestos cement water main and failing stormwater infrastructure in the same corridors. It's identified as a Country Club AC water main project in the city's capital budget. The project is estimated to cost a total of $3,640,000. In accordance with the agreement approved on 9/20/2022, Schumacher Advisors Florida LLC will provide consulting and government relations services on behalf of the city to the Florida executive and legislative branches and other entities on issues related to this funding request. Staff recommends approval.
All right, thank you so much for that. So we are looking for a recommended motion to approve the legislation request for $1 million. I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion on this wonderful item?
Cross your fingers.
Yeah, cross our fingers.
Let's hope we get it.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 15.
Item number 15 is the presentation of community engagement efforts in fiscal year 22-23. Pursuant to the community engagement policy adopted by the City Council in January of 2023, there's an attached report of community engagement efforts that occurred in the fiscal year 2022-23. In addition to the attached report, a presentation will be given. I would like to introduce Jordan Lance, who's the management analyst in the city manager's office, and she's going to give us a presentation this evening. Welcome, Jordan.
Let's see here. Get it plugged in here. 10 hours later.
Daniel's a pro at that thing.
Okay.
Take your
All right,
time.
we're in.
There we go.
All right. So again, thank you for having me. Again, my name is Jordan Lance, management analyst in the city manager's office. I'm also an MPA student right now at UCF online. So I have this semester's almost done. Then I'll have 2 more, and I'll be done. So I'm very excited to be here and be able to present this report. So, what is a community engagement report? Well, like Felicia said, it's a requirement each year following the adoption of the community engagement policy back in 2023. The report is designed to highlight city manager's commitment to open communication. It's also a comprehensive record of the city's efforts to actively involve the community in the decision-making process, and ensures that the public's opinions, needs, and concerns are acknowledged and considered. Here are the citizen engagement guiding principles that we've used throughout this process. These principles serve as a roadmap to ensure that the city involves the community in the decision-making process. These principles are also essential in fostering a collaborative and inclusive approach to governing, enhancing public trust, and building strong relationships with the community. So I can go through all of them. Recognize the community engagement is integrable, integrated into the decision making. Actively engage the community on a regular basis. Ensure that all who may be impacted have an opportunity to participate. Innovate and develop tools to support changing community. Ensure the city's actions are transparent, aligned with the public participation, input, and the greatest extension possible. So now we're going to go through the community engagement goals. Community engagement policy incorporates the International Association for Public Participation, the IAP2 spectrum of public participation, serving as a comprehensive guide for all communication endeavors. There are 5 levels of communication detail that we're going to detail. I'm going to go through detail as we go forward. It's important to note that projects can be in several places on the spectrum. Community engagement goals are assigned to each project and council agenda. And as we go through each one, there's an increasing level of public impact. So the first one is going to be inform, then we're going to have consult, involve, collaborate, and then empower. And I'm just going to touch on 1 or 2 examples for each one. Throughout the year, we've been able to do a lot in regards to community engagement. So first one is inform, which means we're providing the public with balanced, objective information to assist them in understanding the problems, alternatives, opportunities, and solutions. Here, it's a one flow of communication from the public to the city. Ensures that people are well informed, aware of the issues, but no action, feedback, or input is sought from the public. So quick example here is Oldsmar in a minute. Gives the public all the information. And the promise to the public is we will keep you informed. The second one is going to be our city magazine. City continues to produce 8,000 copies of the triannual magazine, 6,469 copies going directly to Oldsmar residents. This magazine helped inform community members of events, outdoor activities, city programs, art exhibits, hurricane preparation, downtown redevelopment updates, and so much more. And of course, it's award-winning, so
I love that.
Forget that.
cannot beat that. Okay, next is going to be consult, which is to obtain feedback on analysis, alternatives, and decisions. Here, we're getting it from the public. So, seeks public input on issues and projects, involves obtaining feedback, suggestions, and opinions. Goal aims to gather insight from the public, which can help shape the decision-making process, but the final decision remains with the city. So a quick example here is we had a couple open houses in regards to the library site. Promise to the public is we will keep you informed, listen to acknowledge concerns, aspirations, provide feedback on how public input influence the decision. Another example, of course, is the first annual City magazine. City was conducted first annual City satisfaction surveys past fiscal year, gathering feedback from residents, business owners about the quality of services, amenities, and available throughout the city. There was a total of 194 respondents, and we'll be doing the survey again in February, so I'm going to get prepared for that one. Very excited. So, next one is involved, which work directly with the public throughout the process to ensure the public concerns, aspirations are consistently understood and considered. So here, the involved level aims to work with the community, ensuring their perspectives are integrated into the final outcome. The goal encourages active participation, collaboration, where the community concerns, desires are integrated into the decision-making process. Promise to the public is we will work with you to ensure that your concerns, aspirations are directly reflected in the alternatives developed and provide feedback in how public input influenced the decision. So, example here, we had a couple workshops throughout the year, but I used this one here, comprehensive plan workshop, provided a platform for community members to actually envision a future for the city, gave residents valuable insights and knowledge to help them make informed decisions about the future of the city. So, see here, we got collaborate, fourth level. So, it's to partner with public, each aspect of the decision-making process, including develop alternatives and identifying the preferred solutions. The collaboration level involves a partnership between the city and the community. The goal is to create a cooperative environment where all parties work together to develop solutions. The city and the community work together side by side. Quick small example here is the task force. It was designed to work with community members, sheriff's department, parents, and teachers, and help develop a safe route to school. Promise to the public here is we will look at you for advice, innovation, in formulating solutions and incorporating your advice and recommendations into the decision. Another example, of course, is rebranding focus group. Community members collaborated with the city to help shape the new brand. City staff used insights that were given by community members to create multiple drafts of the logo. Those logos were presented to the focus group, allowing their voices to shape the final design. And then the final one is empower. It places the final decision in the hands of the public. It's the highest level of community engagement. The goal is to support and facilitate public-led initiatives where the community takes responsibility for designing projects, policies. It's important to note that empowered level of engagement is extremely rare in a constitutional republic. Please want to make sure I add that one. And then the promise to the public is we will implement your decision. So only example that the city of Oldsmar has, of course, is the Oldsmar Sports Complex Art Project. Spring 2022, city conducted a public survey to determine the type of art. July 2022, the city issued a call for artists to design the public art, and then public survey went out. Community members vote on the final two art proposals, and then Winter's Way was selected and will be installed November 16th of this year. So it's gonna be pretty cool. And finally, community engagement continues. The city's community engagement journey is a testament to our commitment to creating a city where every resident has a stake and a voice. City has prioritized the need to keep the residents informed. City is dedicated to listening to the community's voices, concerns, and aspirations, and community engagement will remain a cornerstone. And that's it.
Great job.
Thanks.
Excellent. Does anyone have any questions?
No questions.
Questions,
Thank you
comments,
for all your
concerns?
hard work,
Yep.
Jordan.
Great job.
We really, really do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very much. Very successful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So cool to see it all kind of come back full circle after Andrew brought it up, and then we
Yeah.
adopted the policy, and now the policy has tangible results.
Yeah.
It's really great.
Thank
Thank you,
you, Andrew.
Jordan.
Yeah, and I think too, it's kind of interesting with some of the comments we got in open forum. It's like, it's never going to be a perfect system, but we continue to iterate and evolve so that we can always keep doing our best to inform people and learn by getting that feedback from the public. So
Exactly.
we're-
Keep
it's work in
improving.
progress, but we're gonna keep going.
Right. All right, anything else, guys? All right, item 16.
Item number 16, appointment of a public art task force for the Public Art Master Plan. On August 1st, 2023, Joan Byrne came here and presented the methodology to the council to be utilized to develop the city's public art master plan. As part of the process, it's requested that the city council appoint a specific public art master plan task force. The task force members will assist city staff in the development of a draft public art master plan. So that would be a collaborate level of engagement. The task force will commence in November and conclude when the master plan is completed, as a beginning date and an end date. The task force will meet monthly beginning on Tuesday, November 14th from 5 to 6:30 p.m., and all members are expected to attend all meetings. The following Oldsmar residents have volunteered to serve on the task force, and their resumes and their submittals are included in the packet. Carmen Ayala Blatt, Nettie Croy, Dory Daniel, Michael Helfrich, Jessica Yegerson, Katie Mancera, Lisa Matuszewski, Amber Stevens, Sandra Tupper, and Suda Yantis Cologne. Staff recommends approval.
Wonderful. All right, I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
I got a motion. How about a second? Andrew, second? Oh, second. All right, any other discussion on this item?
I see one of our future task members
Yeah,
here.
thanks for volunteering. It's great
Thank
to
you
see
so much for volunteering your service, Amber.
All right. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item, thank you very much, City Manager. Thank you, Felicia, for all your hard work. Next item is the City Clerk, item 17.
Yes, item 17, reschedule the November 14th, 2023 visioning work session. So council scheduled this visioning work session for October 18th, and then it was rescheduled to November 14th to establish the city's new strategic vision and fiscal year 2024-2025 goals and priorities. So we are looking to reschedule this work session to Tuesday, December 12th, 2023 from 4 to 8 p.m. And that's the date being presented to council for its consideration, and it will be held here in council chambers.
Is it okay for everybody?
Works for me.
Yep, oh, we're good? All right, I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
I got a motion, second, other discussion? I'd like to just add something. So the night of our last council meeting, I just want to explain what happened to this. I went to I'm the chairman of the legislative PSTA for the legislative, and on the screen, our lobbyist in Tallahassee said that was the weekend we were going to be in Tallahassee to meet with the Department of Transportation and meet with the governor's office. So I immediately texted Felicia and Kristen, and they're like, oh no, we just made that date. So I really do appreciate all of you changing that date for me. Just wanted to say that, all
We
right?
all need to be there, yeah.
Yeah, I really do appreciate you making that change. Thank you so much. All right, I got a motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next item is city council, and it's council comments. And first up is Councilmember Jared Buckman.
Thank you, Mayor. Had a chance to attend the Party in the Park. It was a great event. Chip, your team did a great job out there. Great event. I love that. Saw Peter Pan in the park. That was another great event. Mayor, I know you were there. Steve, I know you were there as well. Another great show put on by Suda. kids did wonderful. Kids did a great job out there, and looking forward to the next one. I think they're doing Pinocchio next, not to ruin the surprise. Also had a chance to attend the VFW drill competition. It was held last month. I didn't get a chance to talk about this last month, but had a lot of great people come in from Dunedin and different areas of town. Really interesting to see those kids and what they're doing with the drill competition. And obviously, I went through that before in my life, but seeing that again was very interesting, and seeing what those kids can do with those rifles is pretty amazing. Katie, I hear like 29 Friday or something?
It's different every year.
Different every and then I can't round up just yet. I can't get there yet, so I'm going to say happy 19 years and 357 days to Megan, my wife. It will be 20 on the 25th. 20 years. I don't know where it went. And I'm looking to the next 20 to be even better. So, honey, I love you. Look forward to seeing you tonight.
Congratulations.
That's all I've got.
All right.
Oh, actually, one more question.
Sure.
I know we got a meeting canceled at the end of this month, but, or next month, but have we heard from the North Pole yet? Are we doing anything with Santa visits? Is he coming down this year?
So I believe the fire department launches, is it November 1st? Online, correct?
I don't have the exact date that they've launched, but I believe it's in our magazine.
Yeah, it's in the magazine.
When to
Thank you.
start applying.
Yeah, so you
The
can.
registration?
Yeah, the
Perfect.
registration.
Thank you.
Yes, Santa's coming.
Yes, Santa's
Santa's
coming.
coming?
Consult level.
It's on the consult.
He's on his,
Consult.
Trying to collaborate.
Santa needs a new beard. The other one's pretty rough. All right, you all set? All right, next is
thank you.
Vice Mayor Andrew Knapp.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of things. Tomorrow, we've got the Q3 review for the Noise Abatement Task Force, so I'm looking forward to hopefully the request that I made as far as the collection of data for flights that are scheduled to arrive or depart outside of their quiet hour windows, because it was something that is obviously an issue and know it was happening, but was not, the data wasn't being collected so that you can start to use evidence against the airlines. So I'm looking forward to seeing some improvements there. About 2 weeks ago, got to attend the Citizens Academy over at the BMX track and the rest of the sports park. Chip did a great job of keeping me away from the hill and in the starting line and everywhere in between. It was.
Bikes, did you?
I watched my nephew race.
Don't touch it.
That's all I did. But it was just great to see so many people out there still being involved, a full class. Kristen, it seemed like it was no different than when Ann was running it. So great job thus far. I'm sure other council members have been able to see it and give feedback. So just wanted to say congrats and great job to both of you for that event. And then finally, happy early birthday. And happy birthday to my little niece, Madeline. Her birthday is today. So hope she's watching, but she's probably in bed, hopefully for my brother's sake. And that's all I have, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Great job. Councilmember Steve Graber.
Thank you, Mayor. Just got a few things. Oktoberfest is coming up, so looking forward to that event. It's always a fun event each year over near the racetrack. And then Haunted Happenings is coming up. As Councilmember Buckman mentioned, I got to go to Peter Pan Jr. The kids did fantastic. And it's so, like, you see them work so hard to try to remember everything, and just to see some of the kids who we've seen in the other shows previously get to the point now where they're just sort of owning it a little bit more. It was really nice to see. We were able to take the kids, and our daughter said, I had a good time, but I want to be in the next one. So looking forward to seeing her do that. Halloween's coming up. Just keep an eye out, everybody. It's starting to get darker a little bit earlier, so, but just the kids will be around. Let them have a good time. Happy early birthday, Councilmember Gannon. And Citizens Academy, I got to go to the fire station, finally. I took it in 2019, missed the class, couldn't make it back for the makeup class because my wife was in it and I had the kids. And then, so I was finally able to spray the fire hose, got to speak to everybody that was there. And everybody, it was a packed house. I mean, the whole place was filled. And everybody's really engaged. They really collaborate. Is that the one we got to use, or is that informed? What are we doing? I consulted with some of them. And just one proud dad moment. Our 5-year-old earned his yellow belt at Bugs Martial Arts. And so we're very excited for him. He came home with the certificate today. I guess the belt's on the way, but he
We caught him on video, and he had to break boards and do all the stuff
wow.
and the kicks and something his old man never did. So it was really neat to see, and he was really proud of himself. So good job, little buddy. That's all I had. Thanks, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Katie Gannon.
Thank you, Mayor.
Birthday
Everybody's
girl.
covered, thank you. Everybody's kind of covered a lot of the important events that have happened recently. It's nice with the weather change, I'm sure, for our Parks and Recreation Department to be out putting on all these great events. I heard Family Game Night was amazing, movies in the park. It's what everybody talks about on, social media, what event is this weekend? And it's so nice to see people coming from all over to participate in these events. So thank you, everybody who is in Parks and Rec and every other staff member who cleans up after and, does all of the social media engagement about those events, responds to all the comments, asking where it is, when it is, what it is, even though it's already posted in lots of places. But in any event, it's wonderful to see. Something that I saw, and I'm sure the mayor is going to highlight on this, so I don't want to steal his thunder too much, but there's going to be a really cool broadcast on Channel 10
Oh, yeah.
about Oldsmar on October 25th, posted on the, it's going to be from 5 to 6:30 p.m. at Ari Olds Park. And it's going to be a bunch of segments and interesting stories about the city and its history. So the Women's Club of Oldsmar will have a short portion. And if you have an Oldsmobile, you can actually bring your Oldsmobile to be in the backdrop, but be sure to get there early because they're going to be setting up. So if you're not there by 5, then that probably won't work. But it's really neat. I love whenever we have an opportunity to put Oldsmar on that larger stage. Tomorrow night, I know everybody is so excited for the public information workshop on the complete streets and the roundabout. Looking forward to some of the information and feedback we got from that. Thank you to our city manager for providing us the annual accomplishments list. This is a document this is just a paper version, but it's actually going to be like a flip book that I hope we have at City Hall and available around the city for people to see. I mean, it's just a complete highlight reel by department of everything that our city staff has been working on and accomplishing all year long. And I don't know if this is 10-point font or 11-point font, but the list, it's amazing. It's absolutely astounding how much our staff accomplishes. And we are lean and mean. We are a lean staff and we get a lot done. And I say we, but it's not really us collectively. It's the people who have been employed by the city, who have been working here a long time, or maybe just started today. But man, do we have an amazing group. Jordan, your presentation tonight was fantastic. I'm so glad we have you on board. I didn't know about your educational pursuits. Congratulations on that. But this annual accomplishment list really shows, not only that level of public engagement, but everything that we're doing behind the scenes that people might not otherwise notice. So really important document that I hope we can continue to share. So other than that 29th birthday that rolls around every year, the only other thing I wanted to mention is the children's art exhibit over at City Hall. I wanted to thank Joan Byrne for putting that together because when you see your kid so excited to see their artwork on the wall, like on display, they're just bursting with pride. And again, I showed our budget to my son, who happened to have a piece of artwork in our city's budget that was integrated into the sort of theme and decorative thing. I think that's just a fabulous event. So just kudos to all of our city staff. I love this time of year when we get to see these annual reports and accomplishments. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And great job bringing this up. This is going to be online, right? Exactly.
Online.
So residents can go ahead and check that out, our annual accomplishments. And again, from live from Oldsmar, join us. It's going to be from, I believe it's 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. at Ari Olds Park. So as you said, October 25th. I don't know if the other council members can make it, but come on out, be out there. I did a small interview about 3 weeks ago when they first decided to do it. And they were going, like you said, to the women's club and to the Oldsmobile Club. And they went around the flea market they were doing. They were saying they were doing a bunch of different things, so, and some city staff. So that's going to be really interesting to see. They also mentioned to me they were doing Lakeland, and I believe they were talking about Plant City, Lakeland, because we're the last of the smaller cities that are about to explode or grow. So that's why they're doing this segment, which I thought was really interesting, because we have that hometown feel, and we're about ready to build the theater project in the downtown area, hopefully. So, yeah, so that was something, and before I forget, happy birthday.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, and then I have a couple things I wanted to mention. So last week, Friday, it's been a busy 2 weeks. I went to the Florida League of Cities. I'm on the Natural Utilities, Natural Resources, and Public Works Committee. So I attended the meeting, and we came up with two legislation that we support. And I wanted to share them with you because I think they've switched from last year, and they're kind of interesting. So this year, the league supports legislation to ratify the Department of Environmental Protection's proposed environmental resources permitting rules for stormwater design and operation regulations. So what was interesting about that meeting with the elected officials around the state, Diana Ferguson from FSA, which is Florida Stormwater Association, was there. She did a presentation for us. It was absolutely, it was incredible. I learned so much about stormwater that I never even thought I would dream of. But I texted Felicia right away, and I said, "Are we a member of the FSA?" And she wrote back, "Yes, we are." So I'm really excited about that. That was our number one priority for the year. But number two was the assessed clean energy, which is PACE. PACE programs can be easily abused by PACE providers who prey on elderly consumers or other vulnerable population. Property owners may be charged nearly 9% interest for qualifying PACE improvements, and the owners could be paying these rates for 15 to 30 years. The tax bill for some property owners may increase by at least 50%. Property owners may be at risk of losing their homes due to PACE liens. So what this is I'm sure we've all, and I didn't even know this until I was in the meeting. I'm sure we all know that we're getting these solar power roof. You put your solar power on your roof and there's no fees to you. Well, there is. They're actually putting liens against your property, and this is a huge, huge problem in our state, that people are buying these solar powered roofs for no cost, thinking they're gonna save all this money, but in turn, they're putting liens against people's houses. So that's number two priority that we came up with, and I wanted to share that with you guys. Other than that, I also attended the family night. I don't know, that was the biggest crowd I think our city has ever had. Jared, you were there also. A lot of the feedback from the residents were, can we do more of these? Can we do more of these?
Can we, Chip?
This is a great event. I mean, Chip, it was packed. Yeah, I mean, it was unbelievable. I've never seen our it was packed. And then I wanted two people that I really stood out at the Peter Pan was Fallon, who played Peter Pan. I mean, she is just flourishing in her acting career. And then Amber's daughter, Holly, I mean, she was so pushy.
Tinkerbell.
I know, but she was,
Sassy.
the best part of her is when she drank the poison and she laid down to die, and then the whole audience clapped to bring her back to life. So it was a great night for the city of Oldsmar, both nights. And other than that, that's all I have. Tom, you have anything? Alicia, anything?
No, sir.
All right, then next item is item 19, approve attended agenda for the November 7th, 2023 council meeting. Does anyone wish to pull or add anything to the agenda? All right, I need a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second?
Second?
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.